Okay, guys, good morning. Got the phone like Josh. I'll be flying solo today here at Wake Up Real Estate. So I'm going to start right off. I didn't do my social post of the day yet, but I'm going to do a post, and I'll just do it live here, about what's going on with market conditions. And what's going on is this morning, the employment non-farm payrolls, they call it, that report came out. And turns out that unemployment is actually going up. This is bad news, right, for most people. But because that means that the Fed will have to stop raising interest rates, or the market thinks that they'll stop raising interest rates to react to this, and a bunch of other things. 10-year yield just kind of crashed this morning, went down like so. You see these bars going straight down. So what that means for us in the short term might not be good in the long term for anybody, but in the short term, the mortgage interest rates are coming down. So this is kind of a thing to talk about today. If you want to post this as the social post of the day, I might just do something like this. Take a screenshot, head on over to the Facebooks here. So I'll just say non-farm payrolls report this AM showed, and we'll just say this: mortgage interest rates coming down after a weak jobs non-farm payrolls report this AM. Right, we'll paste our chart here, our mortgage rates chart coming down with the 10-year yield. If you were waiting for rates to come down, buy a house. This might be your chance. To refinance, right? Refinance or buy a house. This might be your chance. So put that there, and then I just like charts, so I'm just gonna do. Woo! Put 2 pictures in our post this morning. So we like to do this every now and then, guys. Market conditions, mortgage rates, mix in some property lists, mix in some, I forget what we've been doing this week, but you just kind of hodgepodge of stuff. This is a current event, and we'll just post that. So that's your social post of the day. Talk about what interest rates are doing. I kind of skipped the intro that Josh usually does. Again, welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. Please comment or like down below. Let us know what you think. Are we happy that more people are unemployed so that interest rates come down? I don't know. Short-term, good thing. Long-term, bad, maybe. So the topic for today, the main thing that we kind of had on our docket for Follow-Up Friday was to talk about this new integration that we've got going at Thanks.io with Cloud CMA. So you probably got Josh's email this morning. So I'm going to hop right in and do that. In the meantime, just remind you guys, if you do need help with mortgage stuff, we have the virtual mortgage team here with NEXA Mortgage, and you can reach out anytime by texting help to that number down below. So let me get our dashboard open here for Thanks.io so I can start to show you some of this in another window before I share my account here. And the long and short of this integration is that what I'm about to show you allows you to automatically send a full cloud CMA to anybody who either opts in to your home value page on your website, or you can just send it as a cold kind of blast as a farming technique to everybody in a farming area. So I'll show you kind of both of those, how they work. And just know that I do have video documentation of all this kind of in a better step-by-step format than what I'm going to do right here at go.thanks.io/real estate. There's this kind of help doc here. And you'll see this article right there. So that's go.thanks.io/real estate. But anyway, here's what I want to show you. So let's go to one of my recent sends. So let's start with the actual content first. So here's an example of a letter that you might send to a cold prospect, right? So just, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just talk about how over the past few months, the market's been changing. If you've been thinking about selling, I've attached a report that shows you what other things are selling for in your neighborhood. And if we click down here at the bottom, scroll down here, it says real estate agents, hook up your cloud CMA account and send automated reports. You'll see that we've got some information here, specifically the cloud CMA API key. And what that key does is it allows us to automatically send out the report. So I'm getting a little confused because I thought I'd be able to just go in here and show you the report attached. But now I'm seeing errors, even though I know that these went out the other day. So let me just see. They pulled our developers must have changed something with the system. So I wanted to show you one of these reports here. All built out. Just bear with me here. No, this was actually built. All right, so let's go into Cloud CMA. And I'll show you how to set this up. The punchline, the thing that I wanted to show you was that in addition to this first page right here, there would be the full Cloud CMA, but the pages of the CMA that you wanted to have included with that. So I'm just going to give some context here. And the magic trick, so to speak, is that the report itself is generated for that address automatically anytime that person is added to the mailing list, the specific mailing list. So let me go into Cloud CMA. Now, you guys, if you're sitting here going, I don't have Cloud CMA, definitely check your MLS. A lot of MLSs have partnerships with Cloud CMA. There's a good chance you do, and you just don't know it yet. So that's a very interesting thing. And just for context, here is what Cloud CMAs look like. Now, what you have the ability to do in the Thanks.io system is to say, hey, I only really want to send a few pages of this, but I want to make people scan to get the full report. So I actually, in my instruction video the other day at go.thanks.io/real estate, which you can see, and that'll have all of this. I'm not sure why it's not showing in my dashboard anymore. But I actually just picked the map of comparable listings, the sold, pending, and actives that were comps right here from this page. And then toward the end, I grabbed a page or two here for the sold property analysis and just gave with the letter the first 4 pages. And then you can do a call to action that says, scan the QR code down at the bottom of the page to see the full report. And Thanks.io actually has, it's like a little landing page that they'll go to in order to access the full report, which I'll show you here in a minute. So this is what the report looks like. It's automatically built out in your Cloud CMA system and attached with the letter from Thanks.io. So I got more to cover here, and I'm sure you guys have questions. Feel free to chat them in the comments down below if there are questions about this. But I'll cover the whole thing. It is a little kind of involved with some moving parts. Just so you know, in order to get that API key from Cloud CMA, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the little icon at the top right, the person icon, and then you're going to go to account settings. Let's open that up. Come on, account settings. It's just taking a minute to load here. It might be my StreamYard slowing things down. And then there's a section called integrations. Come on. Come on, come on. Yeah, Charlotte's asking, is it fairly easy to sync? That's what I'm showing here. It is. If Cloud, this is the first time I'm running into this issue where it's not loading fast. If you go to the settings page in Cloud CMA, you go to integrations, and then the API key is right down here, way at the bottom. This is the key that you include with the message template in Thanks.io. So if I go back to my message template, anytime this message template tries to get sent, as long as we've included the API key in some of these other settings, then it will build out the report. Now, what you can see here is I have 7, 8, -3. That's saying that I want pages 7 and 8, and then the 7th and 8th page from the front, and then give me also the 3rd page from the back. Our developers built it that way. I think it's super confusing. In my documentation video, I tell you, just ask us and we'll make sure that it's sending correctly for you if you want to kind of verify that those settings are correct. But this is kind of an alpha version. We'll probably make this more user-friendly. Bottom line is it's very cool. You can send a full-on report of the person's value whenever they land on this mailing list, and you automatically trigger the letter in the mail, which is kind of the big trick here. So that's one message template. The other scenario, aside from cold prospecting, would be for follow-up, which is more apropos here for our follow-up Friday. So you can see here, the messaging says, hi, thanks for requesting your home value on my site a few days ago. So say they came to my KV Core site or whatever, they put my iList site, whatever, they put their information in, then you send a trigger over to thanks.io, use Zapier, however you're doing it, you add the person to this mailing list and you trigger this letter. Then they get this in the mail 7 days later. I've attached a summary with some recent comparable data with this letter. You can also scan the QR code at the bottom right of the page to view a full, updated 20+ page detailed version of the report now. Right? And this, I swear, yes, 2 days ago I built the documentation. This had the QR code and everything in it. I don't know what happened. Where did my report previews go? So frustrating, but we'll get that worked out. You can see here again, this particular letter has the magic CMA stuff attached right there. So on the QR scan, yeah, I don't know why these are all showing errors now. Very frustrating. They all had in my order list, they all had my actual thing. And now I'm thinking this might be user error. I'm sorry, guys. I should have been more prepared, but I thought it was prepared, to be fair. 1 second here. I'm looking to see if maybe I did it in another account, but maybe I didn't. Okay, I'm going to let that rest. So the bottom line is you can send the home value report automatically. If you need help setting this up, the team at thanks.io will help you do it. You just kind of got to let them know, or you can watch that documentation at go.thanks.io. Josh has been doing this for years out of his account. Just for some context, Mike, who's watching now, Mike, you do this manually, right? So Mike will go in and he'll attach an RPR, but Mike does it manually. Comment, Mike, if that's correct, how you do it. Do you go into RPR, you do go down to an example. You run the RPR report, you wait for it to load, and then you manually attach it to a message in the system, and you get something like this. What we've more or less built here with the cloud CMA integration is that all of this happens completely automatically if you want it to. That's the punchline. So for Follow-Up Friday, either start doing this for your home value leads, or you can come into thanks.io and actually just get this all prepared and ready to go. Grab a letter, grab the message template. I'm just going to grab something random here. And then you can go to our radius search and you can say, hey, I want to send this to everybody who owns a home free and clear around this address. Send it to the closest 50 neighbors who own their home free and clear. Just cold send them their home value report with a call to action to scan the QR code. That would be another approach that you take. It's less follow-up and more proactive prospecting. Last detail I wanted to show you around this for our demo, let me go find it, is an example of the actual where it goes on a scan, because there is a little cool feature with this landing page that the sellers are going to go to. So I have that here. On the screen. So on the scan, if they get the partial CRM, CMA that you're giving them, on the scan, they come here and they have the option to do these options. So if they click just checking value, they click next, and it'll take them over to the custom value report right here and give them the whole thing, while the actual envelope that they got in the mail only had the first 3 or 4 teaser pages, which is kind of the thing. So Mike says, correct, I manually pull the report and attach to a letter. It's work, right? It's not super hard work, and it's good practice to do if you're doing it with the RPR. I'm sure it doesn't take you more than a few minutes, Mike, but it would be nice if it just kind of happened in the background every time, right? So, and that's what thanks.io allows you to do, because you can be in the system I'm jumping around here, I know, but you can be in the system and say, hey, I want a campaign. Go back to my main account. I want a campaign action that says, hey, anytime I add somebody to my home value leads list, one day after they're added, I want this full report to go out in the mail. And you basically have logic. You could even, on your sold clients, actually, for happy house anniversary, so 1 year after, you could have a letter that goes out 1 year later and says, hey, can you believe it's been a year since you bought your house? Just figured I'd share some recent market activity with you. Attached is the full CMA, so to speak. And you can do this all automated. And in fact, you could send it every year on the same day every year using Thanks.io, because we have all these date kind of rules, around dates and birth dates and holidays and all this other stuff. So that's that right there. Just give me some feedback, guys. Do you think you'll use this? Again, the team at Thanks.io will just help you do it. I would recommend try to do it yourself. It'll save you some time and back and forth with it, because it's not super hard. But if you run into any hurdles, let us know. It's go.thanks.io/real estate has the documentation about this and a bunch of other stuff. So I was just grabbing put that URL up on the screen here. Go.thanks.io/real estate. We'll get you to this article right here with all the details. One other thing for Follow-Up Friday, just to fill the air here, one thing that we're thinking about a lot is reaching out for the holidays, right? We're here coming into November. I'm terrible. I don't ever send anybody Christmas cards. It's very bad. And I have a company that can actually do it. I'm going to try to get my own personal Christmas cards out this year. But if you can manage to put together a list of all your sphere, your past clients, and you have addresses, especially the people you've sold houses to on the buy side who still live in your area, or even other people. If you could put that together, Thanks.io makes it very easy for you to send out some kind of a postcard, a letter, a note card, just wishing them a happy holiday. And again, our team will help you do that. If you can get the list together, building the actual campaign in the system is fairly straightforward. And easy. So let me just show you what that might look like, and then we can call it a day for today's solo session with me with Josh. So let's come in here into the system, and let's say that we want to send all of our past clients a happy holidays card. Well, the first step is going to be to just go to a mailing list and create a mailing list, and we'll do create birthdays list. It doesn't really matter. But I do create birthdays, same as holidays, and just call it Christmas cards, holiday cards, 2023. And you would just upload the CSV so that it's in the system, like so. So you just map your files over and all that stuff. Okay. Next thing you would do is you would just go and design the image template for what you're sending. So let's send a nice note card in an envelope that kind of looks like an actual Christmas card. For that, we would go right down here to note cards and gift cards. We would click design. We could also upload our own custom design if we want. We'll type in happy holidays. Canva gives us a bunch of great templates, right? Just throw your URL in there, throw a picture of you if you want, or your team, or your logo, whatever you want to do. We'll save that to the system. It should appear here in just a second. Unless did I just click the X? Sorry, I might have just clicked the X. There we go. Happy holidays. Okay, it'll pull it in. It does this thing here. I use on my browser. It seems to be doing this white kind of stuff here. Update image. All right, I am just full of technical issues today. Anyway, it saved our earlier card. I probably just need to be patient. It's sitting right there. So that's the happy holidays card. And now we need to type our message out. I'm going to do a note card message. By the way, you could send a gift card if you wanted to, right? If you're a big spender and you want to send everybody a Starbucks gift card or a Home Depot gift card for Christmas, you could have done that too. We'll do note card. Happy holidays. Do your messaging. PS, scan the QR code if you want to see a video of me singing Silent Night poorly. If you want to have fun with this, you can, right? And then literally just sing Silent Night poorly. I don't know. They can scan the QR code to go wherever, and you put the URL up here to where they're going to scan and go. The other thing you do, you could just be scanned to see a current updated value of your house if you want to get more businessy and direct. So we get that in there. You can see I have my branding on it already because there's a branding builder in the system that you just kind of pre-build that and wants the URL. And then getting this out is as simple as wants a name. I've got my 3 components. I got my mailing list, my message template, my image template. I go to the step-by-step wizard. Say, okay, I'm going to send the note card. I'm going to send the happy holiday template. I'm going to send the call it B-Day for some reason, but we're going to send this, right? Note card that we just built, and then I'm going to send it to this existing list, and I would just choose my birthday list right here. And just like that, you can have all your Christmas cards to your sphere out in the mail. So that's another one, another good piece of follow-up for this time of year. You could even schedule that, right? If you start working on it now, you could schedule it to start going out. I might argue that now, just doing a general happy holidays as Thanksgiving comes and getting this out maybe next week, puts you in the person's mailbox a little earlier than everybody else was going to send them a Christmas card. So it might be good timing, kind of you'll stand out a little more if you do this earlier than later this year. Just say happy holidays. They're not going to be like, oh, Christmas isn't for a month. They're just going to say, oh, that's nice. They sent me a card, right? So that's it for Follow-Up Friday. A little self-serving, but we've had these things going on at Thanks. I definitely want to show you guys all that Cloud CMA integration. We've talked about it a few times this week. And just kind of give you the run through of what it looks like. I'm sorry that the actual pieces of mail with the attachment on it weren't in my dashboard. I'm going to go cry and ask the developers what they did because it was all there the other day and now it all shows errors, which leads me to believe they just changed something, as they're actively building this, they changed something and it made the old stuff I sent not renderable as a preview because I know it went out in the mail. Anyway, any other questions or anything we can help you with today, guys? Just comment down below. Let's see, screen sharing. Facebook user. Sorry if I didn't show my screen there for a minute. Would it work for sending to neighbors? Of course. So yeah, you could just do exactly what I just said. So we're at this final step. Was I not showing my screen that whole time? My bad if I wasn't. But this final step right here, instead of sending to that existing list, again, I can just send Christmas cards. I can go right here, nearest neighbors. Or I could just send it to people on their own free and clear, people with kids in the household, right? I can send it to only people who are retired. Maybe I work the downsizing niche and I want certain people to get it. But yeah, definitely you can send to whoever you want, even absentee owners if you want to send your Christmas cards to absentee owners. How much is Thanks is the question. There's a business plan that's $49 a month. Your first month you get the $49 in credits back. So it kind of like makes it free for the first month, so to speak, if you're going to nail that first month. And then our pricing is on the homepage. The reason for the business plan unlocks a bunch of features, but also just buys down the cost of your sends to near wholesale pricing. We make a few pennies on each send, but really we're trying to buy it down for the cost of the printing plus postage, and that's basically what you end up sending if you're on our business plan. And then we make our money from that business plan subscription. That's the long-winded answer. Can I put that in chat? You're probably talking about the go.thanks.io. That's real estate. Let me put that here. Does that work? I never know if these comments show up for everybody or if only people on YouTube can see that. Because it gives me the option to show it on Twitch or on YouTube or on Facebook, and it shows me an error for Facebook. I don't know. But I tried in theory to put the URL up, and it was already there. So guys, just to recap our Wake Up Real Estate show today, definitely, it'll make you sound like you know what you're talking, you know what's going on in the market, and you should know, sorry, the Inside Real Estate, Facebook sometimes you look and you just have to smile, right? I need clothes like yesterday, but the poop emojis, come on, they're just cutting me up right now. But back to what we were talking about, let people know that rates have come down, right? It's pretty significant. The 10-year yield fell off a cliff the last 24 hours, which means if somebody was kind of thinking about refinancing, or if you kind of have a buyer, who really needs to buy a house and they were hoping to pull the trigger soon, this is probably a great time of year. They get less people competing with them because of the holidays, right? So send an email out with your newsletter, let people know about the rates, post it socially. I think that's a really good thing to play on the next few days, and we'll probably see a continued drop off for the next few days at least, because rates had just soared. They just needed to be corrected. They were like, look at that. They were like way up here, and now they're falling off a cliff. Technically, they might rebound a little bit for a day, and then should keep going down or staying where they are. So play on that. For Follow-Up Friday, send some mail, guys. We're huge. You just got to do it. It's holiday season, so send some mail out. Send some CMAs out to your past clients. Send some CMAs out cold to the neighbors. As we've talked about this week, never a better time to be a listing agent, and not somebody who's relying on buyer agency contracts. So, all right, have a great one. We will see you Monday morning for Mortgage and Motivation Mondays. You might not see me, actually. I might have to return the favor with Josh because I'm picking up the way from the airport. So I don't think I will be here, but I'll see you guys Tuesday, and Josh will be here on Monday. Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, I don't know why it's not on YouTube. It might be in the stream. Okay, guys, have a really good one. Thanks again for following along here at Wake Up Real Estate.